Hello all, hope you're doing well. I wanted to go over with another feature from D2L, keep storing grades in D2L, which is exporting and importing grades. Now, this feature does not require your MyLab linked course. So I know the linked course is the best way to keep the grades in D2L, but for some reason, if you don't want to link the course or there are certain things that are required to link the course, you have to do it in advance before the semester starts. So, if for some reason you could not link your course, there's another way to store grades in D2L. Easier way to store grades in D2L, and which is import and export by importing and exporting grades through the other LMS, which is my lab in this case. So, two basic things. It's easy, but you have to remember two basic things. I have written those things here so that I don't forget. The first thing is you have to create all the grade items in the D2L. So whatever is on your syllabus, for example, you have exams, quizzes, homeworks, projects, whatever you have on syllabus, create those grade items in D2L. And I'll show you in a second. Now, those can be detailed. For example, if you're giving six quizzes, you will put those quiz one, quiz two, quiz three, quiz four, quiz five, quiz six in D2L, or you can just put quizzes in D2L. Depends on how you want or how detailed you want to go. So let's see. This is my gradebook, and that's a that's a hypothetical class created with the help of VTech person. So I have already created quiz one, quiz two. I just kept one for homework because I have 21 homeworks and I don't want all those separate items to appear here. Just one homework and then exam one, exam two. Now, as you can see up here, I can see final calculated grade sums to 80%, not 100, because I'm missing my final right here. So what I'll do is I'm going to create a grade item. So new, don't create category, just create an item, numeric. The categories you can do later if you want, you don't have to use it. That's a numeric item. Name is my final exam because that's what is missing, right? And then you have a short name. I don't want category. I don't want. I can keep all of these empty. Maximum points is 100, and I'm going to make my weightage 20 and then save and close. I don't have to do anything. If you want, you can do display class average to users and then save and close. So as you can see now I have all the items that I need that are showing in my syllabus. I'm showing, let's say I'm showing two quizzes, I'm showing one category for homeworks, exams, two exams and a final. These are the things I'm gonna do in my do with students in my course. So also these now add up to 100. So I'm good. So after you have created this, you will be exporting a file from here. So go to enter grades and export this file. So one thing you want to see here is some of my items are already filled because I was playing around with it. But once you create these items and export, your file will be completely empty. So let's do it again. So I'm going to click this export feature. Um, I think VTech recommends using this last name, first name, org defined ID, and username. So that's where you want to keep it. Last name, first name, org defined ID, and username. Then points grade, last name, first name are the user details. I think this is pretty standard. That's how it comes in. But this one they recommend. I didn't try with the other one, but I just did what they recommended. Choose grades to export. I want to export everything. I don't want to do this final calculated grade. I can just do my items. And then if you want, you can. You don't have to. So I will export it to CSV file. That's what they want. So once the CSV file is ready, which is ready, I'm going to download and save it. So that's how it's going to appear. Some of my items were already filled. I had already filled homework. I've already filled quiz one. So that's suppose I've already given them and used this feature before. I'm going to save this. So let's save it. Save as. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Let's save it. Import file for D2L, and I have to save it in the CSV, and then I'm going to save it. So this is my file I'm going to be importing all the time. So next, what you want to do is you want to fill these quiz 2. Let's say I've given quiz 2 and I want to update my grades in D2L, or I've given my final, or I've given my exam 1. So what I'll do is I'll go to my Pearson. So I don't have my Pearson open here, but I hope you know how to import file. I know most of you do export file to Excel from Pearson. So let's say if I go to linear algebra and I do my grade book, you can export data, right? So you can export data, whatever you want to export. For example, if I want to export quizzes, which specific assignment, for example, quiz 2, I want to export, I'll do OK, and then I'll export data into a file. So let's say my exported data looks like this, because I have to match my students right here. Um, so let's say I have my exported data. You can see, let's say this is my exported data from, let's assume that's my exported data from my lab. Now I will have quiz 2 filled in that one. You just copy paste. So copy this, and let's say this is my MyLab file, and paste in here. So these are my grades for those students. Just one thing you want to make sure here when you're doing MyLab and when you're doing copy and pasting. The second thing which I want you to remember is match the names of the students as it appears on the imported file and the exported file. So sometimes the names are some of the names are one up or one down in the two files. They are not matched exactly because they use nicknames. Students use nicknames. So maybe asking students to use exactly the name as it appears on My Lone Star will solve the problem. But just in case, when you're matching the two files, just see if the names appear in the right order and you are copying the right item. So for example, I copied quiz 2 here, which I already checked the names were in the correct order. So what I'm saying is this. So the names, my second file, which was right here, let's see. So this is my first file, and my second file had the names in the right order too, which is this one. So if I want to match, I'll just keep them together. The Alaska Abby, California Chris. Again, these are hypothetical students, Carrie, Carolina, and so on. So I'm going to close my MyLab file. I don't want to keep it because I can export it anytime. So this one I'm going to save. So let's save this. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to import this file. Close. Go to your desktop, and this is my file. I'm going to import this file now here in the D2L. So in the D2L, so let's finish this. This is done. You want to import. Okay, they are telling you the correct format is CSV. That's what we did. So I'm going to choose a file, and this is my import file from D2L. And I have already created all the grade items, so I don't want to do this. But in case you have an extra grade item, let's say you decided to do another grade, you can do that. But in this case, I don't want to. I'll continue. So it is processing, and no errors were found. Continue. So that's it. So now you can see my quiz 2 grades are here, which were not here earlier, right? And in addition, if there were some other changes to any of these, let's say homework grades, I think these were 100 before, but I changed them. So in addition, if there were any other changes, it will import all of those. So you can do these after each exam or after each quiz. You can do that. Just your import file will stay the same. That will stay the same. You always open your import file from here, and from the LMS, from my lab, whatever you want to export that and copy paste and then import again. So hopefully this makes sense, and I don't know if you want to use it, but again, this is another way to keep the grades in D2L. So two things to remember. First of all, create all the grade items in the D2L, make it as detailed or make it very basic, whatever appears on the syllabus. And also just match the names of the students when you're doing the copy paste feature. Just remember the names of the students appear in the right order. Okay, so that's it. And let me know if you have any other question. Take care. Bye bye.